Throughout NBA history, there have been many players who have dominated certain teams or franchises. Reggie Miller was known as the Knicks Killer, Michael Jordan tormented the Cavaliers, and Shaq ruled over the Sacramento Kings. However, there is one player who stands above them all in terms of bullying a franchise: LeBron James and the Toronto Raptors. This domination started in 2005 when LeBron scored a career-high 56 points against the Raptors at Air Canada Centre. This record still stands as the most points scored by an opposing player on Canadian soil. The following year, Kobe Bryant surpassed LeBron's record with an astonishing 81-point game against the Raptors. In 2008, LeBron had another statement game against the Raptors. Trash-talking from Chris Bosh's girlfriend fueled LeBron's fire, and he scored 24 points in the fourth quarter, leading the Cavaliers to the biggest comeback in Raptors history. After the game, LeBron pointed at Bosh's girlfriend and blamed her for the loss. During his first stint with the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James established himself as a dominant force against the Toronto Raptors. From the start of his career in December 2003 to July 2010, when he joined the Miami Heat, LeBron boasted an impressive 19-6 record against Toronto in the regular season. However, the Raptors' struggles against LeBron were far from over. When LeBron made the highly publicized decision to take his talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat in the summer of 2010, the Raptors found themselves facing an even tougher challenge. The Heat became a formidable powerhouse, with the addition of James alongside fellow superstars Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh. During his 4-year tenure with the Miami Heat from 2010 to 2014, LeBron continued his dominance over the Raptors, particularly in the regular season. The Heat managed to win an astounding 14 consecutive regular season games against Toronto, which further solidified LeBron's status as a nemesis for the Raptors. This impressive streak lasted until March 2015, when the Raptors finally managed to defeat the Heat. LeBron's remarkable success against the Raptors was not limited to the regular season. In fact, he remained undefeated against Toronto in the playoffs during his time with the Heat. The real test for the Raptors came in the 2016 playoffs, when they were enjoying a breakout season under the leadership of their all-star backcourt duo of Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. The 2015 to 2016 season marked a significant turning point for the Toronto Raptors. They won a franchise record 56 games and finished second in the Eastern Conference standings, earning a spot in the conference finals. This was the deepest playoff run in the team's history, and they had high hopes of making it to the NBA Finals. Despite their regular season success and the emergence of a talented roster, the Raptors were simply outmatched by LeBron and the Cavaliers in the 2016 playoffs. Cleveland swept Toronto in the conference finals, winning the series 4-0. LeBron's dominant performances throughout the series showcased his ability to elevate his game when it mattered most, averaging 24.8 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game. The Raptors' inability to overcome LeBron's dominance in the playoffs extended beyond the 2016 season. In fact, from December 2006 to November 2015, during his entire tenure with the Cavaliers, LeBron had only lost twice to the Raptors in the regular season. This overwhelming record of success further emphasized the significant hurdle the Raptors faced when matched up against LeBron-led teams. After getting blown out in the first 2 games in Cleveland, the Raptors showed their true potential in games 3 and 4, with Lowry and DeRozan leading the way. LeBron was in another stratosphere compared to Toronto's best players, scoring 26 points on an incredible 62% shooting. DeRozan and Lowry both averaged over 20 points per game, along with 8.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. But Toronto's defense was no match for LeBron James and his overpowering drives to the basket. People don't realize how tough it is to get past him. In the offseason, all the moves the Raptors made to improve their team were aimed at defeating LeBron James and stopping him from bullying them in the paint. Toronto brought in a super physical wing, PJ Tucker, and one of the premier shot blockers in the NBA, Serge Ibaka. On top of that, DeRozan and Lowry both improved and averaged a career high in points, notching more All-Star appearances in 2017. After the Cavs won their first NBA championship in 2016, they cruised through the regular season. Both Cleveland and Toronto finished the season with 51 wins, which set them on a course to meet in the second round of the playoffs. The Cavs quickly dispatched the Pacers in 4 games, and the Raptors got past the Bucks in 6 to secure another clash against LeBron. While in 2016 the Raptors still had a happy-to-be-there mentality, in 2017 they had high expectations, but LeBron had other plans. He poured on 35 points in Game 1, scoring from all over the court, and securing a Game 1 win for the Cavaliers. In Game 2, the Cavs won by 20 behind LeBron's 39 points. When the series moved to Toronto, the Raptors fans hoped that they could come back as they did in 2016. But even though they got better, so did LeBron, who played one of the best offensive series of his career. The Raptors lost Game 3 by 19 points, and in Game 4, the Cavs completed the sweep. LeBron scored 35 points or more in every game of the series, averaging 36 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists for the series. Even though Ibaka and Tucker helped Toronto clog up the paint, it only unlocked LeBron's outside shooting. He was hitting all kinds of contested jump shots, fadeaways, floaters, and even made a shot with his left hand. James shot 57% from the field, 48% from 3, and 84% from the free throw line in what was the best shooting series of his playoff career. LeBron was so confident that he'd defeat the Raptors that it almost looked like he was toying when he spun the ball in his hands before he splashed the jumper right in Serge Ibaka's face. The King even pretended to drink a beer from a fan during Game 1, showing how relaxed and self-assured he was. While the Cavs went on to play another finals against the Warriors, the Raptors had only one thought in mind: how to improve their team and how to finally defeat LeBron in 2018. Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and Fred VanVleet all became important parts of the rotation, and the Raptors suddenly had the deepest team in franchise history. This showed in the win column as Toronto won a franchise record 59 games and finished first in the Eastern Conference. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, were a mess. They lost Kyrie Irving in the offseason, who demanded to be traded. In return, they got an injured Isaiah Thomas, who was half the player he was just one season ago. During the trade deadline, Cleveland traded away half of its roster and had zero stability. The Cleveland Cavaliers finished the season with the second worst defense in the NBA, only ranked fourth best in the Eastern Conference. The Indiana Pacers proved to be a tough and resilient opponent for Cleveland in the first round of the playoffs, and it was clear that making it to the finals again would be an uphill battle for them. All-star Victor Oladipo fled the Pacers and managed to take Game 1 in Cleveland, but LeBron James had to score 46 points in Game 2 and 44 points in Game 5, including a miraculous buzzer-beating game winner in Game 5 to secure victories. Despite having the best bench in the NBA and more experience, the Toronto Raptors faced a better-rested Cavaliers team with a home court advantage in the second round. The Raptors were confident that they could get past LeBron and the Cavaliers, especially after the Pacers almost did it in the previous round. In Game 2, LeBron dominated with 43 points and 14 assists, leading the Cavaliers to a 128-110 victory. In Game 3, the Raptors almost succeeded in overcoming the deficit, but LeBron's wild floater off one leg with 8 seconds left secured another victory for the Cavaliers. The Raptors were now trailing 3-0, and no team had ever come back from such a deficit. The Raptors were traumatized, and Game 4 was just a formality, as the Cavaliers won it by a landslide. LeBron controlled the pace of the game, walking the ball up, posting up somebody smaller, and cutting Toronto's defense like a surgeon. LeBron's performance was masterful, and he averaged 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists for the series on 55% shooting. The 2018 playoffs were easily the most disappointing performance for the Raptors against LeBron. DeRozan attempted 9 three-pointers in the first 2 games and missed them all, then attempted 0 in Games 3 and 4. DeRozan has played in 14 playoff games against the Cavaliers and has not made a single 3 across 3 different series. Toronto's coach, Dwayne Casey, was fired after the season, which was extremely awkward because he had won the Coach of the Year award less than a week before. But because of the embarrassment of losing to LeBron, he had to go, and so did DeRozan, who got traded to the Spurs. If you found this video informative and engaging, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on our latest videos, and by liking it, you'll help support our channel and help others discover this content.